You may have noticed that when you're in pain, the more you think about that pain, the worse your symptoms become. And the worse the pain becomes, the more anxious you get. And still, you just can't stop yourself from thinking about and focusing on your symptoms. Well, if this sounds familiar, then what you're experiencing is called the pain-fear cycle. And it's incredibly common, but there's also a number of things that you can do to rewire your brain and get yourself out of this loop. Hi, I'm Rob Lieblein. I'm a certified pain recovery coach, and in this video, we're going to talk about the relationship between pain and fear, why we get stuck in the pain-fear cycle to begin with, and most importantly, a few simple things you can start doing right away to move yourself out of this loop and become more geared towards healing. So let's start by taking a look at how the pain-fear cycle works. And of course, it starts with the experience of pain. And that pain triggers fear and thoughts like, what if this pain never goes away? Am I going to be feeling this way forever? How will I live the rest of my life like this? Or whatever it is that you tend to say to yourself. And the fear activates the nervous system, increasing tension and stress. And this heightened state keeps the brain on high alert, reinforcing the pain signals and actually creating changes in the brain, in the neural pathways in the brain. Now, as we saw in a previous video, the more attention and fear we give to the pain, the stronger those neural pathways become, and the brain learns pain as a habit, even if there is no structural damage present, even if there really is no genuine threat. So what are some things that we can do to begin getting ourselves out of the pain-fear cycle and rewiring the brain towards healing and safety? Well, it primarily all begins with awareness. Awareness of your habits of mind and what your thought process is when you first start experiencing pain. If you tend to leap right to the worst case scenario and become negative and catastrophize about it, it's important to be able to catch that moment when you find yourself catastrophizing and shift your line of thinking to something that's more neutral and understanding and less panicked. There are also quite a few different techniques that you can start to implement to teach your brain and to send your brain messages of safety. Some examples include what's called somatic tracking, which is observing and being with your symptoms with curiosity and objectivity rather than with a sense of fear. There are many different breathwork techniques that you can incorporate too to soothe the nervous system and send messages of safety to the body. Just deep, slow breathing in itself sends messages of safety to the nervous system and has a calming effect on it. And then there's the matter of self-talk. When you do catch yourself catastrophizing and writing your future off to nothing but pain and suffering, see if you can turn that around. And it may seem a little bit corny at first, but if you can start replacing those catastrophic thoughts with better, more positive affirmations like, I know I'm not sick, I know I'm not in danger, I know I'm not broken, my body knows how to heal. Those things over time actually have a pretty profound effect. It may just take a little bit of time to get used to reciting those affirmations for yourself, but they do work and they are an important tool in your healing toolbox. You also want to begin rewiring the brain and shifting the focus away from pain and towards living the life you want to live. So find yourself engaging in activities that bring you joy, that involve some physical movement, and also activities that start to bring more social connection into your life. And if you've been avoiding certain activities and movements out of fear that these activities are going to trigger more symptoms, then take a slow approach to getting back to some of these movements and activities. We call this gradual exposure, and give your brain consistent and regular messages that doing these things, engaging in these movements, aren't going to damage you. Now, with all of this, consistency is the key to lasting change. Healing takes time, and the brain needs repetition to develop the new neural pathways that are going to move you out of that fear and pain-based way of thinking and set you on the trajectory towards better and quicker healing. So celebrate small wins on a regular basis. Practice these techniques on a daily basis. And the more you show your brain there is no threat, the weaker the pain-fear cycle becomes. So to sum up what we've just discussed now, pain and fear are linked, and there are ways to break out of the pain-fear cycle. And some of the things you can start doing immediately involve awareness of how you think about and relate to your pain. Different techniques that you can use to send messages of safety to your nervous system. Refocusing away from pain and towards living your life, and keeping the all-important element of consistency in all you do here. So if you found this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe to this channel so you can continue to get more mind-body healing tips. You may also want to add a comment and let us know something that you're going to start doing right away to help yourself get out of the pain-fear cycle. If you want more personalized attention, you can always schedule a free 30-minute consultation with me to see if a mind-body approach may be appropriate for your situation. And I've left the scheduling link for that in the notes to this video. So until then, I will see you in the next video, and remember, chronic pain is not a life sentence.